Hello guys, Henrique De Almeida here, the drum set coach, changing the world one drum at a time. I would like to invite you for a summer camp in June 2025 at the Drum Set Coach Academy in Palmer Lake, Colorado. I would like to take a moment to talk to you about inspiration, information, and application. You know, throughout my career, one of the things that fueled my energy and really helped my perseverance and my patience and my journey as a drummer was inspiration. So important. And I got my inspiration by watching and listening and studying the masters that I love. The master drummers, the best drummers in the world, the greatest of all times. One of the things that drummers that I admire and get my inspiration from, they changed the world of drumming. They got a sound, they got a concept, they have such procedures that they use to practice. They have musical concepts, they have a certain way to do certain things. How do they develop their sound? How did they practice? What do they practice? How they were able to find their own voice? Those are things that became a quest, not only for me, but any drummer. Mr. David Garibaldi became a friend of mine, and he's one of the best drummers of all times, and he certainly changed the history of drumming with his work with Tower of Power and many other artists. So I'm inviting you to spend a whole week with David Garibaldi and I. A lot of people know Dave by his amazing funk innovations with Tower of Power, linear phrasing, and many of his books like Future Sounds, and the concept of playing in a very unique way. But after becoming friends with Dave, I can assure you that the things that he can teach you goes way beyond that. As I became close to David, we start to learn together and share information. He's really a master. One of the things that Dave is teaching that I, even with my experience as a Berklee professor and I have taught thousands of students, I never really saw up close a teacher who cares as much as he does about you, the students. And he's talking about things that are overlooked, I guess, by many schools and many teachers. He's teaching students, and he came here last year for camp for the Drum Set Coach Academy, about sound, how you can get a sound out of the instrument. He will share with you how he developed his sound, and he will teach you how to develop your own sound. Sound is so important. The great Miles Davis, on his autobiography, he talks about sound and how important it is. He says, Miles Davis says, sound is the most important thing, because if you have a bad sound, nobody want to hear what you want to play. Spending a week with David Garibaldi is going to help you how to develop your sound and learn how he developed his sounds. And beyond that, one thing that he has is very specific exercises with very minute detail on how to do that. So this opportunity to do that. Another thing that you can learn with David is how to practice and how to develop your own ideas systematically. He has a great system that's very unique of how to develop your own ideas, how to write them down, how them to develop a simple idea into a more complex idea to become you and develop your own voice with your own ideas. Those are only just scratching the surface of what this camp is going to be about. Now, the facility is going to be at the Drum Set Coach Academy, which is a very small school, but with my experience in teaching at the best music school in the world, Berklee College of Music, I can assure you, although the facility is not a huge building, but it's a world-class facility. At the Drum Set Coach Academy, students will have a chance to sit on the drum set. Every drum has two overheads, kick, mixer, and you'll be able to also practice and try out some of the things that you're learning during that week, which I never went to a camp like that, where I was not only on the pad and the practice pedals, but actually on the drum set, trying things out, and also have time during camp to practice for a moment, to digest what I'm learning. So this is a big difference between our camp and other camps. There is a word in Portuguese, I was born in Brazil, called convívio. Convívio means a long period of hanging out with somebody, right? This is not new to our camp. I am a martial artist, and a lot of people, when they go to Japan to learn karate from the master dojo, they go to their homes and spend time with them. Also, in the Indian culture, on the tabla culture, if you wanted to study with a guru, you spend a lot of time with that guru. So spending the time with David Garibaldi, it's not only to go and watch him do a clinic for 45 minutes and he goes away. It's a whole week, the whole day. And last year we had meals together, we had breakfast and lunch together. We had a chance to take breaks and leave the school and go and sit down and eat. And that's a time that students can talk to him and ask questions and really do a little convivio, do a deeper hang. So that has a big impact on the students. I'll be talking about jazz improvisation during camp and how to flow. I'll be talking about hand technique, coordination, foot technique, also how to flow with musical phrases, how to make music with the technique, and more towards improvisation and technique. I'll also touch on double pedal for jazz drummers, something that I've been doing for a while that a lot of people maybe not familiarized with, and also polyrhythms and molar technique. So those are the things that I'll be talking about. So I'll be talking about that. David's gonna be talking about sound, how to develop your sound, how to be creative, how to keep track of your progress, and how to find your own voice. Of course, he's going to be talking about funk concepts and the great grooves of Tower of Power and many other things. So this is really very complimentary instruction where you can get things that based on how to play a solid groove with David, and how to have great sound and play time that feels good. Plus, the amount of gigs that he played with Tower of Power, thousands of hours playing with a band. So this is incredible information that you're gonna get from him. I'll be focused more about improvisation and jazz and playing with flow and creativity and polyrhythms. I'll be sharing with you some of the studies that I did with Alan Dawson and Gary Chafee and David Garibaldi as well. So this is a great camp. And let's talk about the schedule. So you're gonna have a full day of instruction. Session starts at 10 a.m. and 10 to 12, Dave and I will present somewhat of a clinic, and it's everybody in that room, on the jazz room, on the stage. And we're gonna talk about different topics ranging from hand technique, foot technique, coordination, music concepts, Q&A, you can ask questions, also music concepts and life lessons that we learn from having amazing careers. This is a time for you to get inspired. We might be listening to songs, watching videos, hands-on new concepts, and then we take a break. We go to lunch, and then when we come back, the camp's gonna be very small. He and I want to do really small groups, only 8 people. So 4 guys will go in a classroom with David for a while in the afternoon, and then 4 guys will go in another classroom with me. We also have Nate Nieder, another instructor at the camp, and then we switch around. The guys that are with me go with David, the guys that are with Dave goes with me, and then you have a little time to practice. Okay, you have time to digest what you're doing. You go to the practice rooms and practice for a while. And then during that time, Dave and I and Nate Nieder, we will be available for office hour question 101. And then I think it's 4:30, we meet again to an all meeting session to close. And then 5 o'clock, everybody goes to dinner and chill out, practice, listen, prepare to the next day. And that's Monday to Friday. It's unbelievable. I hope you can join us. This is a life-changing experience. I know that just by hanging with David for the last few years, it's amazing. It did improve my life and my drumming. He's a master, so come and join us. Also, Dave is part of the Drum Set Coach Academy and the drumsetcoach.com instructor. So he teach private lessons online and some of his courses online, and he comes to Colorado a couple of times a year to do summer camps and other events. So don't miss that opportunity. I hope to see you there. Let's do it.